Hi.
I am Casey Bell, author of 4SCORE, and I am now reading Chapter 2. Here's part 1 of Chapter 2. Chapter 2 changes. Eddie, where is Sean? Chris, I just got here. What makes you think I know? I don't know. I thought Lex appointed you his babysitter. Not funny. He's probably going to be late as usual. Lex enters the room. Hey guys, how were your breaks? They all respond to his question, then Edward says, Lex, he's not here yet. Who? Sean. Should we wait for him? Oh, Sean's not coming. He actually called you this time? Asked Chris. Lex's phone's ring and he answers it. Hello, Lex Hart speaking. No problem. Come on up. We're in Studio 3B. He hangs up the phone. So do you guys like the song so far? We've only heard two so far, says Chris. Which ones? You Must Believe and Cry No More. When are we going to be able to write our own songs? Asked Orlando. Why? Don't you like the songs I provide for you? Some of them. Besides, some of us are writers, says Orlando. After a couple of minutes of Lex and Orlando going back and forth, two men walk in. Lex says, Oh, you're finally here. Boys, I want you to meet Roland Smith. He's another producer. And to his right is Stephen Elder. He's going to be the new band member. What do you mean? Asked Orlando. Yeah, Lex, it's not going to make much sense being called 4SCORE when there's five of us now, says Chris. No, there's only four. What about Sean? Asked Edward. Sean is not a part of the group anymore. That's why he's not here. Did he quit? Asked Edward. Did he quit without telling us? No, I let him go. He was causing too many problems, so Stephen will be taking his place. Introduce yourselves. Ben and Lewis will be here soon to teach you guys the new songs. I have to go into a business meeting with Ronald. I'll see you soon. And Stephen, welcome to the group. Stephen responds, Thank you. I was completely shocked. I didn't know what to say, and it was difficult to talk to Stephen. I know it wasn't his fault, but I couldn't stop thinking about Sean. As strange as the atmosphere felt, we still introduced ourselves. Steve pretty much knew us from television. He told us that he's been to 3 of our concerts and how much of a pleasure it was to join the group. We talked for a bit before Ben and Lewis showed up and taught us the 3 new songs. It was hard getting used to Stephen. It took me about 3 months to fully realize that Sean was not coming back. I kept in touch with Sean, but of course not for long. After Lex found out, I had to stop talking to him. Our first concert with Stephen was pretty cool. I must say it was nice not having to worry about whether or not everyone was going to be there. I think the fans were a little disappointed about Sean's absence, but they welcomed Stephen. We toured America for a year, and I thought that all the problems were gone, but I was wrong. As we toured, Chris became the problem. We were backstage getting ready to do a concert when I overheard a conversation between Lex and Chris. Hey, Chris, how's everything going? Everything is fine, Lex. What's up with you? Nothing much. I came over here to talk to you. About what? I guess you forgot that I told you that I had people watching you guys? No, I did not forget. Oh, then maybe you thought that no one would see you sneaking out at night? Just because you use the back door doesn't mean no one can see you. I thought I would leave you alone thinking you would stop on your own, but apparently you haven't stopped. What do you mean? Ever since our first year tour, you've been sneaking out of the hotel. Where have you been going? Nowhere special. I just wanted to have something to talk about when I got back home. It's shameful to go out of the country and not have anything to show for it. Not many people get to travel. They depend on the ones who do to tell them what the other land is like. So I just went to a couple of places to buy some little trinkets to bring back home. That's all. No big deal. No, it's not a big deal, but sneaking out to go to a bar is a big deal. Do you have a problem? What do you mean? A problem with alcohol. Is that why you have to sneak away to get it? Because you don't let us go anywhere. But while the places to go, you go to a bar. Because by the time I can sneak out, that's the only place that's still open. Are you sure that's all it is? Yes. Then this is what I'm going to do. Starting tomorrow, no more restraints. You guys are free to do whatever you want. Go wherever you Go wherever, be whatever, you're free. Seriously? Yes. That's great. I couldn't believe my ears. The first thing I thought was, why didn't he do that when Sean was here? However, it was nice to finally be able to go out and explore the world, not just work the world. Our next stop was Colorado. We did two concerts there. Both times it was sold out. It was really fun, and it was kind of weird because after being liberated, I didn't know what to do except sit in a hotel room. Chris took us to a nearby bar. He sat at the bar for most of the day drinking. Orlando and I pretended to be other people. We wore disguises, and if people asked if we were from 4SCORE, we lied and said we were lookalikes. I don't know why we did that. I think it was boredom. We needed something to take our minds away from the stressful schedule of 4SCORE. Steve didn't come with us. He said he had family in the area and wanted to visit them. We left the place really late. When we got back, Lex was upset. The next day, he gave us curfews. Steve came back even later than us. It was weird being an adult with a curfew, but I guess that's what happens when you sign a contract without reading it. And about the contracts, we were able to sign new ones, but they didn't change that much. We debated with Lex, but he only changed some things around, but for the most part, things were the same. I hated singing with contracts, but I didn't want to give up 4SCORE. I hated signing the contract, but I didn't want to give up 4SCORE. During the tour, like always, Lex worked us like crazy. The tour was actually the first time that we learned new songs for another album. Our next album we were releasing was our Christmas album. It was fun to work on our first Christmas album. We also shot the video for Living My Dreams. We were supposed to do it in New York, but Lex worked it out where we did it while on tour. He figured since we weren't doing anything except hanging out in the hotel that we should work on the music video. The music video, however, was difficult to shoot because Chris would show up late. Lex stares at Edward. Where is he? Had a response. I don't know. You had me babysitting Sean, not Chris. Is that supposed to be some kind of a joke? Eddie? I don't know. Why are we doing this anyway? Aren't we supposed to shoot this video in New York? Well, you're not doing anything but sitting in your rooms. Because you won't let us go anywhere. That's not true. Apparently Chris is somewhere. Why don't we start without him? We always did with Sean. Eddie, that is the last time you mentioned Sean's name. You understand? Yes, master. Is he even coming? Asked Steve. Does he even know we have to be here? Asked Orlando. That was last minute. Yes, he knows. I told him, said Lex, and he will be here. Speaking of the devil, looks who decides to show up late. Sorry, Lex. Where were you? Somewhere drinking your life away? No. Who are you kidding? I can smell it on you. Yes, I went to a bar, but that's not where it was. Then where were you? Does it matter? Yes, it does, because you're late. When I tell you to be somewhere at a set time, I expect you to be there earlier than I said, and you know that. I'm sorry, okay? It won't happen again, I promise. Oh, you bet. Don't forget, Chris, you're not irreplaceable. Now go get your costume on for the shoot. Lex was always quick to remind people that they were not irreplaceable, and it was always in front of everyone, almost like he was trying to scare you into thinking you would be replaced. After the American tour, we went to Europe again. It was better this time because we were allowed to roam the streets, not very long, but it was better than nothing. It was also a good time because I got to spend some time with Steve. I didn't realize how much he had in common until I really sat down and spoke with him. He and I went to a cafe in Italy. Chris went to a bar, and Orlando stayed at the hotel. He wasn't feeling well. We decided to walk the town, and we stopped at a little cafe. We sat and ordered. Well, he did. He knew how to speak Italian.